Starting a church. How do I do this? What do I do? What's my first step? Multiple thoughts of where I go from here. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about the policy element and really your local district as well as the national policies on how to start a church. Well, the first thing you need to understand, and that is simply there is a process. We tend to believe that there is a very simple process that you start with a Bible study. From the Bible study group, you move on into a small group setting. And then from the small group setting, that you tend to move from that into a preaching point opportunity, which you're meeting somewhat regularly, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're meeting every single week. And then when you move from that to a daughter work where you are beginning to have service, but you're supported by the local church that really is the mother church, and then you move from there into a self-governing opportunity where your church becomes self-governing and it's established as a church within the United Pentecostal Church. Now, how do you do that? What happens in order to accomplish this? Well, first and foremost, if you yourself are the pastor, we encourage you to contact the local North American Missions Director in your district. He will be able to assist you with the application process. Each application must be submitted through the NAM director of the particular district you're in. Now, if you are not the pastor, I encourage you to talk to your pastor first and let them know the desire to start the church. Now, some churches will, once Bible study groups have been developed and maybe even preaching point opportunities have begun to start. Now, preaching points do need to be approved by the district board. But whether it's a preaching point, daughter work, or self-governing church, you must meet. Many districts require you to meet the district board. There are a few districts that are able to, in between district board opportunities, they are able to approve it with just a few of the board members. However, most districts still require you to meet the district board for approval for a preaching point, daughter work, or NAM church. Now, if you are not pastoring, your pastor approves of that. The application will then need to be submitted through that NAM director. The NAM director can also help you with the very dates of when the district board meets. They can talk about timelines, maybe requirements of being a daughter work, etc. Whatever it is in the local district, that NAM director certainly would have the policy set aside. Everything goes through the district, and nothing comes directly to us nationally. Everything is driven through a district level. Now, we have multiple opportunities for a church plant once they become self-governing. Now, the daughter work is assumed that funds are being given by that mother church to help that daughter work, to help them become established. But once that is done, a self-governing church has to stand alone. Now, not really alone. Let's give you an example. Through Christmas for Christ, we are given a great opportunity to assist church planners within the first 5 years of self-governance. It's not something you have to apply for specifically, this NAM status. You get it automatically. It's simply NAM status simply is the first 5 years of your existence as a self-governing church. The clock starts ticking once the document is sent from your district into headquarters. Once headquarters receives that document, that is the time that the clock begins to tick for your 5 years of status, or North American Mission status as we call it. There's a lot of opportunities that you'll have for assistance through North American Missions and Christmas for Christ because of that NAM status. Districts have tremendous things that they provide. Many of them have benefits packages that help you with various things. That, of course, is ran from a district, and you'll need to contact the North American Missions Director to help you. Now, on a national level, Christmas for Christ. Once every year, we have the opportunity, based on the offering that has been given, we have the opportunity to give an allocation from Christmas for Christ. These allocations have to be applied for annually, and though you have 5 years of status, you're only able to receive funding 3 of those 5 years. And so that 3-year funding, it's important that you apply every year. Doesn't matter whether it's your first year or your last year eligibility. You just have to be on status when the application is due every January 15th. You have to be on status then for that application to be valid. Now, of course, certainly if you've already received it 3 times, then your application would not be considered. There are several types of funding that are available through Christmas for Christ. First is a property grant, which if you have purchased a building or in the process of purchasing a building, you can apply for up to $15,000 property grant. Or let's say you just started, you need some help personally. You can apply for up to $2,000 a month. And that is to be given to you monthly for 1 year, up to $24,000 total that can be given to assist you on a personal level or to just simply pay the rent at the local place that you are renting. So you can have 3 years of support, and it's up to $24,000, or if it's a property grant that the building has to be owned by your church or being purchased by your church in order to get that property grant, you can get that up to $15,000. It's a one-time property grant. So those are a couple of things that are available. Additionally, what is available is you have emergency funds that are given to us by Ladies Ministry. That helps the church planner, and that's simply a safety net for emergencies. I think we get about $100,000 a year from Ladies Ministry. We have over 400 church plants currently. So there's a lot of people that have access to this. Not everybody hopefully needs it every year, but it's something that will help shore you up once you have started that self-governing church. Districts tend to meet a couple of times a year, and so it's important that you fit into their time frame as to getting your approval process taken place. We also, North American Missions, have something called Metro Missions, and that is available for these metropolitan areas. Now, typically that's reserved for somebody that started multiple churches and they're a proven church planner, and they can actually apply for full funding. And there's a whole policy associated with that. I won't go into all the depths of that, but to simply say it's always driven from a local level, and so the application would simply have to be presented first and foremost to the district and then to North American Missions. But we're here to serve and help you in any way possible. We're excited that you even are watching this and considering the opportunity of starting a church. Recognize that there's additional support that would come later. Youth ministry, we're thankful to partner with them. They offer opportunities for up to 10 years after you've started a church. You can apply for a $25,000 property grant from them. We are so thankful and grateful for Move the Mission and their assistance with North American missionaries. We just really appreciate the time you've taken to talk about and really learn about church planning and about the policies associated with it. I encourage you, first and foremost, talk to the local NAM director. They'll help you through the process, the timelines of meeting the board, etc. And then we are, of course, willing and able to help you in any way we can additionally. God bless you. I can't wait to hear the great results of what's going to come by your passion and desire to start a brand new church.